Hello, everyone. How are you doing? This is Daryl Guberman, CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. We have another special guest. Congressman John Larson came in here with the whole Connecticut contingency. John, thank you very, very much. The caveat that I'm going to leave for our constituents here out in Connecticut land, there are seven representatives in our state. That means they have to handle 500,000 constituents each, approximately. So we are using the power of YouTube to get out there to them, because we do not just care about Connecticut residents who fly out of Bradley, also out of Kennedy, out of LaGuardia, etc. We care about everybody that needs to know about this when they're flying in a plane, okay? Especially a Boeing product. Please, John, thank you once again. And we're going to get into this. This video today is about quality expert Daryl Guberman explains FAA Regulator Boeing 2009 to present to Congressman John Larson. Thank you very much for coming in here, sir. Congressman John Larson, no one has come up with the root cause of Boeing's issues. The articles attached all contain information that Boeing has interlocking directorates and board membership that have compromised their quality. These associations are deleterious to our government and corporations. I am Daryl Guberman, a quality expert with over 40 plus years in quality and manufacturing, aerospace, medical implants, printing, and plastic distribution. My company has been involved with quality and accreditation standards in manufacturing for many years now, 13 years in business. And as such, I possess much information that I can share with you. My extensive knowledge in the area of manufacturing quality certification would be very valuable to expose the root causes of quality deficiencies and escapes at Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson, to name only a few. The articles should assist you in the very complicated area of quality and needs someone like me to clarify the issues involved. My company has been damaged by Boeing, also Lockheed Martin, and others. I would like your assistance. During the years 2012 to present, Boeing suppressed my ability as a quality registrar to compete with ANSI, the American National Standards Institute, who is a 100-year-old company, nonprofit corporation, which has both federal agencies and corporations on board. The American National Accreditation Board, ANAB. The companies joined forces in 2018. They are both accreditation bodies, which also, and they are, underwriters for the International Accreditation Forum, incorporated in Delaware. They are a repository for national and international accreditation bodies. They are also underwriters for ILAC, the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. Both IAF and ILAC are sister organizations. This suppression began in 2002 with Boeing's supplier bulletin calling for only ANSI ANAB certification and submission of the certification with supplied materials without the need of Boeing sending their inspectors to ensure materials quality, and supplier was not making BARTs in a swamp. This has gone on for 22 years. Do you hear that, John? It's been going on for 22 years. Further suppression came from Boeing's supplier portal, which instructs and mandates suppliers they must be ANSI ANAB accredited or internationally equivalent. It was finally exacerbated by Boeing's membership on ANSI's board and ANAB's board of directors and the ANAB Management Accreditation Council, which grants, suspends, and withdraws accreditation of certification bodies, registrars. This suppression of my accreditation body, my registration body, or registration company, is a blatant restraint of trade and against the Sherman Antitrust Act, a federal anti-monopoly and antitrust statute. I have a YouTube channel which is embedded in these articles attached. There will be no way, per the FAA, Boeing will clean the quality quagmire they have up for in 90 days. After all, you will find out, John Larson, you will find out that from 2009 to present, the FAA made Boeing an FAA regulatory authority. 2002 to present, Boeing put out a supplier bulletin, PQIT 02001. They stated, if you are ANSI ANAB certified for AS9100 aerospace international standard, by the way, Boeing sits on their accreditation body boards, ANSI and ANAB. You will find additional information in the attached articles. Also, they are specified on Boeing supplier portal, internationally equivalent. You shall find all supporting documentation and proof in the articles in concert with the embedded web links. This is going to be basically the Boeing Bulletin from 2002. I already told you about the FAA making Boeing a regulatory authority, which means they didn't have to tell about the installation of the MCAS system by them being a regulatory authority for the FAA. How can one regulator watch over another regulator, Congressman Larson? You tell me that. So anyway, here it is. Number one, send Boeing your AS9100 certification accredited by ANSI ANAP. ANSI ANAP are required on their supplier portal or international equivalent, which can be Iran or Pakistan, and most recently, because they are equivalent, Iran and Pakistan and others on the IF are equivalent in accreditation to ANSI ANAP. Please note, though, that Iran most recently got kicked off the IF for lack of payment. Number two, send in your parts. After the certificate, send in your parts. Boeing does not have to do audits of suppliers. This has gone on for 22 years, Congressman Larson. Please find featured articles below and embedded links within the articles that corroborate the information presented. We have done all the research for you. Boeing pushed supplier inspection onto a piece of paper called AS9100 for 22 years. They never perform any of the audits needed to keep people safe. They also sit on the accreditation bodies board, ANSI ANAP. And the last and most important item is that ANSI ANAP are underwriters for the IAF and ILAC, which means any systematic or problem or product failure, they are part of the parties that are responsible. And the last one, Congressman, I apologize, is that when Boeing was made an FAA regulator in 2009, rather than embracing it, rather than the CEO, rather than playing golf, he should have been downstairs being the main cheerleader on the floor with his personnel. Instead, what they did is they grabbed that prestigious, I would say, certification as an FAA regulator, because the CEO is actually an administrator of Boeing, whether it's Dennis Muhlenberg or David Calhoun. Okay, they're administrators by FAA coming in and making personnel FAA. They're basically a pale version of an administrator for the FAA. They, rather than taking in their hand, they used it to cut corners, to degrade quality within the facility. And that's exactly what they did. My telephone number is 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS at yahoo.com. And you know something? There's over 500,000 constituents of each one of these representatives have to look at. I hope I'm the 500,000th person that they listen to, because we care about you, Connecticut residents. Let's see if they do. I will give you a report if they get back to me. And by the way, last thing, if you need me for any congressional investigation, senatorial investigation, I'll be there. I gave you my number. I look forward to hearing from you.